In this video, I'm going to talk about 5 options that you can use to get a job in USA while being in India. And I'm not talking about a remote job. I'm talking about a job where you can go and work in person in the USA. I have been living in USA for past 15 years and I have a lot of experience with the work life there. So these options are based on my real life experiences, and in the end I will talk about which is the best option among all these 5. Option number 1 is the one that I used personally when I went to US back in 2007, and that is to get a job in a staffing company. So I got a job in this staffing company called R-Square, and these companies have clients in USA and these companies are located in USA. So they hire talent from the globe, and they place those people to work for their clients. So when I went to US in 2007, I was working for one of the clients of this company, R-Square, and R-Square filed my H-1B, which is a work visa in US. And that is the way that used to be very, very popular back in 2007. Now government have put a lot of restrictions on this, because of which going to US through the staffing company has become difficult, but it is still possible. The other company that I want to name here is Unagtag. So if you go to open positions here, you'll find various positions that they have open with their clients. So if you apply in Unagtag and if they file your H1, then you can travel from India to US and work for one of their clients. Now these companies are very picky. So if you have good experience in India, let's say in software or data science, software developer, data science, all these experiences are going to help you, because as I said, these companies are picky and they are not going to pick all the applications. They will only pick the strong profiles. Second option is going to US for your master's, for your studies, and then get a job after finishing your studies. Now this is a very popular option where people will do their BTech in India, they will get some experience, or they will directly go to US for their masters. After finishing their 2 years masters, let's say you're doing 2 years masters in computer science or data science, you will get 3 years OPT. Now on OPT, you don't need to have work visa. So you can work in any company. That way you can cover the cost of your education. And after 3 years, let's say even if you don't get your H1, you can come back to India. You have covered all your cost, plus you have earned some dollars and you have gained some valuable experience. In majority of the cases, people get success in filing their H1. So after 3 years also, they end up staying in US and they can build a long-term career in that country. The third option is doing inter-office transfer through some product-based companies. Let's say you are working for Microsoft Office in India, or let's say Google Office in India. Now these companies have their headquarters in US. So if your performance is very good, if you can build relationship with your counterparts in US, then maybe when they have an open position, they will do a transfer of you from India to US. So that is the option that you have. But remember one thing, if this option was easier, then everyone from India would go to US, correct? Most of the people at least. Therefore, the option is not that popular because the chances of you getting a transfer from India office to US are less. Only few selected candidates will get this chance, okay? So it all depends on your performance and kind of networking that you do with the people in US office. Hope you're liking this video so far. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, because that way our channel can also grow. We are putting a lot of hard work in making these videos. All right, let's talk about the fourth option, which is a consulting assignment through some service-based companies. There are many service-based companies in India such as TCS, Infosys, etc. Now these companies have clients in US. So let's say if you go to US to work for any of these companies' clients, then you will have your H1B. These companies will file your H1B, and while you are working in US, you can get a job in some other company. Let's say you went to US on TCS, to work for some client, let's say Merck, and then you start applying for other companies in US where they have local jobs. And if you get a job in that company, then that company will do your H1 transfer. Now, being present physically in US helps, because many companies, when they are doing H1, they have this criteria that the person needs to be on US soil. So that way this is helpful. Okay, so you are using service-based companies to prepare kind of your launch pad to go to US, and once you are physically present in that country, you can apply for various jobs and get a job and get your H1B transferred. And the fifth, not very popular way, is to get married to a person who is US citizen. Yes, if you get married to US citizen, going to US becomes very, very easy for you. Now, obviously, you don't want to mix your social life and your career together. So you want to get married to a person who can become your good life partner. All right. So I don't want you to compromise on your personal life just because of career. But many times people are able to find a good life partner who happens to be a US citizen, and then they go to US. Now, if that person is a green card holder, then going to US becomes difficult. But if that person is an H1B holder, then you can get your H4. Okay, you can get your H4, go to US. Now, on your H4, you can't directly work. After finishing, I think 6 years, or the other condition is if the I-140 is approved with the person that you're going to get married, then you will be able to apply for EAD and get a job directly there. You can Google about this information, but this is the fifth way. All right, so out of all these 5 ways, I personally recommend studies, because that way the probability that you will get a job in USA goes very high. In other ways, let's say going to staffing companies, inter-office transfer, you're not very sure. You have to work very hard while you're in India, and then you may get a chance or you may not get a chance. But if you go to studies, then you're already present on US soil. Okay, and majority of the people who have done their masters there, they have got a job in US. So studies is a relatively safe way to go to US and get a job, but it has its own challenges, right? You have to do 2 years studies and you have to spend some money. But I'm not very much concerned about money, because after you get a job, within 1 year time period, you'll be able to cover your money. I interviewed one person who was able to cover all the money while doing studies itself. Okay, so if you're getting good scholarship during your study itself, you will cover all the cost. All right, so I hope you like this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends who have a dream of going to US.